Okay, so today is January the 16th, and yesterday in class, we had time to work on a study guide. We had pretty much almost the whole class period, and then last night, to be honest, guys, I sent out a remind with every other answer. The reason I did every other answer is just to see what you knew, like kind of let you see if you got it right, and then try another one. Let you see if you got it right, try another one. So this was Wednesday nights. Now, I'm going to kind of do a couple at a time, and if you got a question, let me know. Let's do the first two, just the parallelograms. Now, on these two, you really, the biggie is, some of you are counting the height sideways. You're making the height the side of the shape. But the height on these has got to be up and down, and it's got to be kind of what I'm going to call between the two parallel lines. So this one, the bottom, the base is 5, and the height is 5. Tomorrow, if you want to draw on the pictures, I don't care, that's fine. Another thing is, this was kind of squished up, meaning space-wise, but on the test, there's plenty of space. Plenty of space. If you want to use colors, use colors.
On number 2, I did the trapezoid think formula, and I still did it, and I got 99. There's no number 4.
But number 2 is it should be this formula. It's a parallelogram.
Yeah, but then I switched it, and I still don't know.
That's interesting. I guess with the right answer and the right work, like maybe I would just take off a point for like using the wrong formula, but that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Luckily the test, hint, is kind of laid out like, I think it's like 2 parallelograms, then the 2 triangles, then the 2 trapezoids. So they're kind of together. They're not even mixed up, which is nice. Yes. No, not that I know of. Yes. Okay, so going up, there's just 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it kind of helps if you draw on the picture, like you'll see the color, or you'll see the spots. And down here is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Sophia.
I got 6 times 6.
Okay, like I said, we got to count from here to here. The boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I still got 6. I counted.
From here, look where my pencil is, to here. Not 6 lines, guys. You got to count the amount of boxes.
I counted.
It's 5 boxes. Look at how many dots I have right here.
I wasn't counting the boxes. I was starting where...
Right, where the line is.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen, don't count lines, count boxes. Avery?
I thought it was also lines.
Yeah.
That's why I got a 6 and 5.
Yeah. No, count boxes. If you could think of it this way, since this is a parallelogram, if you took that shape and kind of stood it up straight, like a rectangle, I mean, it's the same thing, you just stood it up straight. If that'll help. I mean, you could do that. Yes, but these are parallelograms, these two. They have opposite sides parallel. Okay, number 3. Hint, listen. It is a triangle, but listen. That has to be the height. Tomorrow, hint, there are measurements here that you don't use. So your final answer, 238 inches squared. Base times height divided by 2. Uh-huh.
So, one question. Would you, count a point off if you, did the, opposite part, like you didn't bracket the 14 bracket the 34?
No, it's fine. You can do brackets. You can do a dot.
All right.
Either one. Good question. I was thinking you were going to ask about the measurements. Make sure that you put the inches squared or whatever, because it's like a point each problem. Okay. Triangle. Same thing on this triangle. Imagine there being numbers out here. You got to know which ones to not use. Test day. I cannot answer any questions. It's test day. So this one, multiplying the two numbers, dividing by 2, I got 25 and 7/16. You get to use a calculator, so that should help. On the test, yes. 25 and 7/16. Yes.
I saw I did wrong on number 5. I must have ignored the divide by 2, and then I got 50
and 7/8.
I thought that was super strange. I was like, what?
Yes, that's been a common answer. If you got 50 and 7/8, you just forgot the last step of divide by 2. I'm kind of glad you said that. I'm worried that some of you, when you get these weird numbers on calculators, are rounding or just ignoring fractions. Like, if you didn't get this, what I would do is put it back in my calculator. 50 and 7/8 divided by 2. And don't, copy what's on the calculator tomorrow. I don't care if it's 10 digits. Copy it. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Number 6 is a trapezoid. Two areas that run like a railroad track, one height. Final answer 42. Tomorrow, there might be a tricker out here. Same thing though, that's a slanted line. Any questions on 6? Okay. 7. I'm going to kind of cover up all this other stuff. 7, I got 74.25. So if you got 74 and 1/4, that would be the fraction. Okay. Kind of look back. If you got 148.5, all it is you forgot to divide by 2. Okay, yes.
What did you say the answer was?
4 or 5?
3.
3.
238.
238. Yeah. Okay. Now, here's my big hint, if you will listen. I know some of you are stressed over this. We are not, there is, if I've read the test correctly this morning, there is one that is like this number 8, meaning what I'm going to call a one-step equation, where only a base is missing or a height, and it is a parallelogram. So because it was times that, I divided, and my final answer was 4 feet. And it's a base, so it's just 4 feet. Guys, here is the one thing. A lot of you, and I wish you'd listen, because some of you did this. You walked up to me yesterday and you said, I got 4. How can I get 4 if it's 2 fractions? Okay. My first instinct was to tell you to go back and key it in again. And y'all are still lost because you're like, I got 4. I'm like, I know. Here's the one last thing I want to show you. Because tomorrow I can't tell you if you're right or wrong. I want you just to look at something. You're telling me that B is 4, correct? This might help some of you. You might actually get it right tomorrow if you'll just kind of watch. If I go back up here and I put a 4 where that B is, doesn't that mean 4 times 6 5/8?
Yeah.
If you're telling me B is 4, so what you're telling me is 4 times 6, ABC 5, ABC 8 is 26 1/2. Well, if I look at the other side of the problem, I got 26 and a half. You're checking your work like it is right. So instead of asking me, I hate to say that because you can't do it tomorrow, fill in your base or your height and see if you get the area to check your work. It helps. Yes. It is 74.25. Now, on number 9, I'm going to show you the answer and just kind of give you the hint. It was a 2-step, being 9 inches. But hint, hint, we're not going to do a 2-step tomorrow. So, I don't want you to stress on that one exactly. Okay. Are we good? Okay. The next one. Guys, when you are what I'm going to call ripping out the middle of a shape, it is subtract. It is subtract. So the big orange rectangle is, yes, 120. The middle parallelogram is, yes, 21. But you don't add. We got to take that out. So it is subtraction, giving me the answer in 99 millimeters squared. If it's white in the middle, it's subtract. We're good on that one? Okay. On the back, graphing. Here we go. First one, graphing the parallelogram. Okay, same thing about counting some boxes. I got the bottom, the base is 6, and going up was 9. The biggie on these is finding that 90-degree angle. You don't want to measure these sides. They're crookedy. You never take a height standing sideways. If you think about that, you stand up straight. So you want that straight with the base when you're looking for the height. Final answer of 54 units squared. Okay. Question. Here? Okay. So count. So when you, here's another way to think of it. And I'm going to kind of draw on it, which, it might make it messy, but that's okay. Okay, when I made this dot right there, it is at, it's that one. It's at -3 and -1. So I'm over here at a -3. So from here to here, it's 3, right? Okay, that dot is at over 3 down 1. So it is at a +3. So from here to here is 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. I kind of do it that way. I draw the little dots. Highlight. You could put little X's in each box if you wanted. So going top to bottom?
No.
Or this? Yes, don't do that one. Yes.
No, not that.
That one?
On the top, the same thing that you did.
And it's the same. Okay, so if you want to do the top, honestly, the top is easier now that you said that. Because this is at 0. I think it was at 0 and 8. But here it's at 0, right? This one was at -6 and 8, right? So it's over -6. So from 0 to 6 is 6. I hadn't even thought about it. To be honest, that was easier than the bottom one. Yeah.
Because I didn't see it was on the line.
On that, yes.
I counted it as 7.
Yes. That's going to be part of it. I guess you say making sure your dots are in the right places. Yes. This one, check your dots. And I know tomorrow it's going to be kind of silly when I grade this, but I got to check dots. What I will be grading for is each point in the right place.
So you're going to check our dots?
Oh, yeah.
Like our triangle dots?
Uh-huh.
I thought you were telling me dots that you had to
No, like, I gotta make sure your shape is correct. Then I gotta make sure you use the right formula. Then, did you have 5 times 4? Like, this is a base, this is a height. And then the answer of 10 units squared.
Isn't triangle, no, isn't parallelogram and rectangle the same?
Now, there is, basically what we have is one last review sheet, but listen, I'm going to kind of do the thing backwards because there is one topic that was not on this study guide that I want to make sure that we touch again, which was the compound shapes. The shapes with two shapes that we got to add together. I'm going to sit here and kind of just do this study guide. Let you ask, questions and stuff. Leaving you with the easy ones for the homework. Hoping that all is great and tomorrow is easy and all that good stuff. So, here we go. 3, 4, 5. Now, like I said, I'm going to start on the back because it is the easiest, or the harder part. Okay. So here we go. So today's classwork homework is this Thursday review, study guide, whatever. Okay. Looks like this. Okay. The first ones just being the basic ones, kind of. We'll talk about some in a minute. And then the back is what I'm going to start with because the back is the more challenging part that I want to make sure you guys get. Okay? So starting out, well, you go down, and it's weird. I'm going to start with 14. Give everybody a second. Now, 14, hint, hint, tomorrow, 14, important. The only difference tomorrow is it's kind of like standing up straight like a pencil. I call it a rocket. That's the only difference compared to this one. So here we go. So if I was looking at this thing, I got to cut it into, I'm going to cut it into 2 shapes, meaning a rectangle and a triangle. I usually start with the rectangle because it's easy. With my base of 9 and my height of 4. Height 9 and 4. So, my rectangle is 36 feet squared. Okay. The next part is the triangle. And that triangle, needs a base. My base is right here. What number is that? 4. Right here is 4. That is 4. So the base is 4. Now, the height, listen, I need you to look. 14, guys, is from here to here. We only need from here to here. Well, what is it from here to here? 9. So if from here to here is 9, 9 plus what gives me 14? 5. So the height is 5.
Which is
20. Because see, all it is, do you see it? Like from here to here is the full distance of the shape, and you only want that part. Does that help a little bit? Okay. 20 divided by 2. Clear it out then. So, if 36 is that one, 10 is this one, last step is add them. 46 feet squared. Making sure you do the last step.
Do you know if we're going to use the calculator in a bit test?
Yes. Oh, not on the big one, no. But this tomorrow, yes. Not on these, we're adding. Because you want to put that shape with that shape. Okay, it can't be a trapezoid just by itself. Number 15. Because it is a 5-sided figure.
So it'll be a trapezoid?
A rectangle.
Okay, I'm going to say it again. It cannot be just a trapezoid because it is a 5-sided figure. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. To me, this was the easiest way to do it. If I cut it right here, I do get the top as a rectangle and the bottom is a trapezoid. So, here we go. Starting out with the rectangle. It is an 18 by 4. I don't know yet on that question. That's I would think so for this 9 weeks. I just don't know what topics we're doing. We just have to see what we finish the 9 weeks with. Yeah.
Isn't this the second 9 week?
This is the third 9 weeks. Second semester. Now, let's just worry about our 100-point test tomorrow right now. Listen.
Wouldn't 18 be the other base?
Like, so if you have an 8 in a class and you make it 50 and 100,
Please, let's just get with this. Guys, this is our first 100-point test of the 9 weeks. Let's just focus on our test. Now, this bottom shape is a trapezoid. It is base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. Okay, now on the bases, you got to have parallel lines. Well, one base is 8, so the other is 18. That is right. 8 and 18 are the ones that need to be added together. Okay, the height, though, is, okay, it's from here to here.
11.
Okay, because you took away 4, right? 4 was here to here. 15 is the whole thing. So 11 plus 4 would give me the 15. So the height is 11 of just the trapezoid. So that looks like 26 times 11, 286. Divide by 2. 143. Okay. Now don't just jump to the next question because there's always that one last step. Add or subtract. Add. Put these together. So, 143. Yes, 215. centimeters squared. And please, tomorrow, show me all that work. I think there's one of these, one of the ones that we subtract, like we rip out the middle, and one of the point plotting ones. But all this work is points, big time. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go up to the ones above it, because those seem to be the more challenging ones. The answer on that on 15 was 215.
3 shapes.
Okay. No, what it is a bad photocopy of this box. Like if you're on this one, which is 13, or the one above it, which is 12, all it is the outside piece of paper that we had glued down must have made a copy also. You don't want this. This is just on accident. So, okay. So I'm going to start with this number 13. The numbers are also a little odd. This 17 goes down to that. That 12 is that polka dotted line. Okay. Now, starting out on the outside, it is a parallelogram. So, knowing the formula, I need to use what two numbers, though?
17 and 12.
17 and 12. I just want to make sure y'all can pull the right numbers from the pictures. Okay. 204. Whoops. Okay. Now, I realize that, and I want to say something. You never assume a picture is what you think it is. Meaning, you should not assume that that thing is a square. But there is a reason you're allowed to assume it's a square. If you read right above it, right here, this is the only reason you're allowed to say, oh, it's a square. Pictures, these, especially state tests, they will draw pictures that look like a square and it's supposed to be like a 4 by 5. Just be careful. Like, because they said it is a square up here in the sentence, you're allowed to know that it is a 6 by 6. It's the only reason. Okay, so the square in the middle is 36 times 6, 36. Ooh, centimeters. Okay. And then subtract, right. Do the outside, which is 204, minus the 36, and you get 168 centimeters squared. Everybody agree? Yes. Good on that one? Okay. So the one above it, the only difference is the middle is a parallelogram, but same formula, so it really doesn't matter. So here we go. Number, I guess 12. Here we go. Okay. Outside shape. $32 and $22. $704. Okay, so that's the outside orange. I got 704. Yes, the inside is a 24 by 16. Oop, I think I typed that in wrong. Yes, 384. Okay. And listen, I've had a few kids tell me negative answers today. If that calculator gives you a negative answer, something's wrong. Take your big outside shape, which is the 704, take away 384, which is 320. Yes, 320 meters squared. Okay. Most classes I've gotten through those four, and then a few others, just kind of matters. The two next ones I really want to work on, or just make sure you understand, are 4 and 5. Okay, 4 and 5. They are the missing shape, or the missing side, measurement, and then the key is it's of a parallelogram. The parallelogram being the key. And then when they say area, you know which formula to use. I'm on 4 and 5. So, if I start out with the formula of a parallelogram, A equals base times height. Then I fill in what I know, which is the area is 120. The base is 20. And then what I don't know is the height. So basically, if I'm trying to get h by itself, I do the opposite of a times 20, which is divide by 20. What I do to one side, do to the other.
6 equals h.
And it is 6. And it is a boring measurement of feet, not feet squared. Just feet. Height is we don't square ourselves, thank goodness, when we do our height. No, you don't even have to make a shape. You're just finding the missing measure of the height or the base. Okay, number 5. Still a parallelogram. Filling in what I know. Okay, my height is 3, and what I don't know is my base. 3b. So, well, wait a minute. The opposite of times 3 is divide by 3. And then, yes, it probably is. I just haven't made it that far. So, 13.5 divide by 3. 4.5, yes, 4.5.
Don't you add that?
No. Listen, this is just a missing side. There's no two shapes to put together like that. It's just 4 and 5. These are all parallelograms. First off, right here under the word Thursday, scratch this out. I'm not worried about changing it to inches. We'll be there all day. Okay. And there is a hint here. I don't know if it's on the test because I didn't even think about it, but read around it. If you're not sure what shape it is, when you ask me what shape it is, look. You didn't have to ask me. Look, right here. Whoa. There it is. Down here it even says triangle and trapezoid. So, just kind of throwing that out there. Now, the other trick, tomorrow, hint, hint, if you want to know a trick, there's going to be trickers. Meaning, find that perfect L when you're looking for the base and the height. If there is a box in the corner, that means the two numbers you're using have to be on that box. So which one should I mark out?
42.
42. If it helps, do it. I mean, I'm really trying to help you. Okay, on a parallelogram, base times height. No one should be packing up. Keep it out. Check your answers. Okay, base is 40. Height is 34.
1,360.
Oop, I typed it in wrong. Okay, 40 times 34. Yes, 1,360. centimeters squared. There's 2 of these kind on the test. They're actually worth 6 points each. It's a point for the formula, a point or 4 points for filling it in, and then it's a point for the answer. Show all your steps. Yes. Do what? No, I mean, it's just going to be kind of down here, and if you use the right numbers. That's all.
26 and 32.
Okay, what time is it on that TV?
It's 11:40, 12:48.
Okay, we still have 2 minutes. I don't know why y'all are packing up. We can do a few more. Listen. On this one, here we go. A equals. I'm doing the rest of it, guys. The rest of it right now. I'm doing as much as I can. I realize some of you went ahead of me and you're done, but just be checking your work. Okay. And then I did 4 and 5. On 6 and 7, triangles. Guys, trickers, hint, hint. Find that box. What numbers are touching that box? Down and that. 0.25, yes. Same thing on this one. Okay. Basically finish whatever you got left. And in the video, I'll finish the rest. You can check them.
Yeah, I love the video.
So what I'm going to do is finish working this thing out now. Yeah. I was going to say, you can cut that shape however you want. As long as you get the same answer.
So at first, I did cut it. So at first, I did cut it into like a rectangle and a trapezoid.
Right.
But then I'm like, wait a second. I got confused because
Yeah.
I.
She cut it again right
because
here.
At first, I
And that's
didn't
fine.
think of doing
Yep.
that would be 11.
Yep.
Once you did that, so
It's okay.
that's what made me split it into
Yeah.
4.
4 shapes, and that's fine. That's fine.
It's just so
You could do it both ways. Like if you had extra time and you want to check your work, you could do it both ways and then make sure you get the same answer.
Well, it's just that I hadn't done
So-
much work, so I was about to ask you for a new sheet of these,
Oh,
sheet of it, so that way, I can just.
you can take an extra copy if you want. I don't care. They're right here, babe. Yesterday's and today's are both, for some reason, up here on the TV. You are fine.
This one?
Yeah, one is
Okay.
Thursdays and one is,
This one should, no, it's 2.
and then there's, if you want yesterday's, that's up to you.
Just in case I'm late to class, can you pass?
Yeah, who do you have?
Because they're gonna start marking you tardy, if you're late to PE.
Okay. I'll text coach you.
I have.
Okay.
Nels.
Or Nels. Yeah, that's fine. I'll text him.
I'm just gonna.
So I got 8 on that one.
I'm just gonna throw this one away.
Well, you don't have to.
I mean, like.
You might want to keep it because there's a bunch of work on the back. You don't want to redo all that, that's for sure. You can staple them together. Just do your other stuff on the other side.
And then once I've transferred the answers I already have written down on the one that I'm going to replace, then I can throw the one I made it overly complicated on away.
Love it.
Because then I won't need it.
There you go.
And if I cut it, it's just the extra clay.
Let's see. I'm gonna do number 8.
And that's coming from a group who doesn't know organization.
Oh, you're fine.
So Miss Donna,
Mm-hmm.
could you give me the test?
Here, 1 second. Come here real quick.
Coach Norris. Oh, you're going to be. Just tell me you're with Matt. You're fine.
And I'll text him.
Yeah, I'll text him real quick. Thank you. Okay.
Riley B. I'm just trying to finish this little study guide. I left the kids with 4 or 5 questions. Biggest mistake, triangles. I got like 3 left. Okay, here we go. Trapezoid. Okay, on this one, 18 and 24 are my bases because they are my parallel lines. Height is 12. Kind of hard to see. 18 plus 24. I got 42. Times 12. I got 504. Last step on trapezoids, divide by 2. 252. Okay. Number 10, the 2 parallels are these 2 running like railroad tracks. So there are base 1 and our base 2. Always adding those things. Times 14, 481.6, divide by 2, 240.8. 240.8. And then number 11, it is a trapezoid. It's just sideways, I call it. These are my bases running like railroad tracks. .30 times 11 is 330. Okay, divide by 2, 165 meters squared. Okay, so there is all of it. So the 2 study guides between yesterday's and today's, it's just great review. And that should be it. 100-point test tomorrow. Thank you. See you tomorrow.